So as we enter the top 5, number 5 on my list of top werewolf movies is the 1941 Universal classic, The Wolfman. It's hard to overstate just how important The Wolfman is in the history of werewolf literature, movies, legend, whatever. It is the pinpoint that is the centre of most people's common understanding of what a werewolf is. Lon Chaney plays this with a pathos that is unlike most of the great movie monsters, with possible exception of Frankenstein. So it's set in Wales, and basically it is the classic werewolf story. Man gets bit by a werewolf, and in this case the werewolf is Bela Lugosi. So not only have you got Lon Chaney Jr, you've got Bela Lugosi, the first werewolf in this movie. Don't actually see him as such, but Bela Lugosi infects Lon Chaney, who's playing Larry Talbot, and it goes through all the tropes that we are so familiar with now. Now, it didn't invent all of these tropes, but it invented a few of them. A full moon, as we know, was already in The Werewolf of London. But I think this is where the first time you get the 5-pointed star on the hand. They do bring back the trope that the werewolf is doomed to kill the one he loves. That causes him great stress when he realises that what's happening to him. So it's an incredibly well played role by Lon Chaney Jr. Yeah, he exhibits a great torture. And it carries on not just in this film, but in 4 or 5 sequels, each of diminishing returns. But in all of those movies, you know, Wolfman versus Frankenstein, House of Dracula, House of Frankenstein, let's go and see Abbott and Costello. He plays the same character, and he plays it with a continuity that is often lacking in these films. He plays it with that same torture, just kill me, I want to stop, I don't like this is a curse. I think he eventually gets out of it with Abbott and Costello, but it is Wolfman is such a great movie. It has great acting, it has Claude Rains. You know, how can you do better than The Invisible Man as your dad? It's an odd mix, yeah, you know, struggling to see Claude Rains as Lon Chaney's dad, but, you know, we have to run with it because Claude Rains is excellent. This is, you know, the classic werewolf movie. The atmosphere is brilliant. It's, you know, in the dark, in the fog, in the marshes of Wales. I'm not sure there are marshes, but anyway, it's great. It just gives the atmosphere. You've got the gypsies, the whole sort of traditional gypsy curse, which we see in future movies. Just that, it just captures everything you want and expect in a werewolf movie. Nowadays, of course, we have great CGI, we have wonderful effects, so they can climb on ceilings, they don't have to look like a half man, half wolf standing up, but a hairy beard. They can have, you know, legs that don't look like normal legs. They can do wonders now. But this is the classic werewolf. This is the werewolf of our nightmares growing up. This is the werewolf that was basically used by Hammer, by Tyburn, by all the other werewolf imitators up until 1981 and the Howling, An American Werewolf. This is, yes, it builds on what Henry Hull did in Werewolf of London, but it takes it further. Yeah, there's so much lore wrapped up in this. There's so much sort of folklore, much of it, you know, a bit made up, but it's a much richer film in that sort of traditional lore and the cultural history that it says about the werewolf. This is where the werewolf was really born as a folk horror creature. This is where he was he entered the realms of public consciousness. So, Wolfman, it's got to be in the top 5. Until next time, take care.